Hey guys, Robbie. I got a special guest here to say something.
Greetings, this is Wonder Woman. You are watching Pros versus Noobs.
Actually, Wendy, that's supposed to be Pro teaches noobs. I know you like how to do, you like to do fighting and everything, but not everything's always.
And today, this is Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. We're going to teach you how pros do things. They do it better than their brother. They're about to celebrate becoming an only child.
Yeah, I hear you say that a lot, Azula.
Yeah, noobs are just twerps and they all need to go to bed. They sure are. I can't stand a noob. You know who's a noob? Billy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I can't stand that guy. But he is my best friend, so whatever.
Oh, way to go, Mandy. So, yeah. What they said. Welcome to Pro Teaches Noobs. Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noob. I have with me Jared.
You know, Robert, I'm feeling kind of blue today.
Wait, you only have to do that besides this, 2 more times, because we're nearing the final stretch. We're entering the last chunk of solo electric blue.
So you're telling me that next week I'm going to also be red
and blue, yes. Yeah. And then after that, it'll be the Millennium Giants, which they have been seeding. Now, this whole talk about the end of the world and that tribe in Australia, that's all set up for the Millennium Giants. But yeah, should we tell people a little bit about where we left off beforehand?
Let's do it.
Lois got abducted.
Yay!
And Sam Lane has come to Clark and saying, "We gotta go save my girl."
Okay.
Yeah, I know you're like, boo, leave it to rot, right?
No, I'm like, God damn it, Sam Lane. I don't know why Superman would trust Sam Lane, though.
To be fair, it was only because he had friends over there in Australia from his time in the military and everything.
I understand.
And to be fair, this is the first time we're actually seeing military man Sam Lane. Up until this point, we've just seen him as the ex-military, bemoaning and grumbling and all that.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we're ever going to see actual military man Sam Lane, which I got to say, with that in mind, that's not a bad reason then to get him back into action.
Yeah, his daughter, yeah, I could see that.
And hey, it's better than him being a bigoted xenophobe. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Give me this over, oh, I hate all aliens.
Yeah.
That's one of the few things I will say Jeff Johns ruined the character with. Would you agree with that? It's one of the few things you could say he really ruined and tainted the character once he introduced that crap.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because, yeah, I mean, Sam was never that bad. And yes, he wasn't the greatest father. He's never going to win Father of the Year. And there's a reason why Lois refused to have him give her away at her wedding. Because, again, you wanted me to be the son? Well, congratulations. So, and what son has his father give him away?
Yeah, exactly.
So I do like that. Her basically throwing it in his face. Like, congratulations. But yeah, now this is during the Faces of DC stuff, where you see a lot for the next couple of issues, all of these close-up stuff, all comics released during this month had them. But yeah, we have Clark Kent. Where it is, there's a major find at the archaeological site north of town. I've heard they unearthed a giant statue, Callum. A statue? What? Like where'd you hear that? Good question. Where the archaeologist gets his comics here, and because they're at a comic book store.
Okay, there you go.
Look at the title.
There you go.
I love when they drop titles like that.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yep. But yeah, basically we're setting up something's going on with archaeology. Nice dog, by the way. A convoy. They've discovered something major. All right. Yeah, Johnson. How'd you figure that out? Look at the logo. They're Star Labs. Those guys are on the cutting edge of science. Awesome. This is like right out of X-Files. Isn't it funny that even making a statement like that today is still a little relevant? Not as relevant as back then, but it still is.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, in Australia, I allowed that fool Hillsmith to contact your father with word of your disappearance. What is it, Rajiv? You want to go back to jail? That's unlikely. Oh, I'm well aware of the global positioning device within your bags. It will lead your would-be rescuer here, where I want him. But will your husband, Clark Kent, come? Or will Superman? Who cares? Either way, I'm out of here in your history. You forget, Miss Lane, or choose not to remember. Under the influence of my truth serum, Kent claimed to be Superman. Oh, right. This was back again. This is back during the I said this is during their honeymoon. And that will give me the means to utterly destroy both of you. Now, of course, he didn't believe it at first because, he was depowered at that point. But I think he's basically realizing Superman's been flying around. He decides maybe I should test that theory. There's a third possibility Rajiv hasn't considered. Dad doesn't trust Clark Kent's abilities. What if he comes after me himself? And thankfully, Lois is wrong on that one, which speaks volumes about Sam, wouldn't you say? Up until this point, he badmouthed Clark. He always felt like, you're a loser. I don't know why my daughter's marrying you. All that. But the fact that he actually went there to get Clark to come help him, I gain respect for Sam right here. After everything, all these years, he went to Clark.
Because he at least knows that Clark at least loves Lois, at least.
And while he may be a bit of a bumpkin, hey, he was on a farm. He's still strong as an ox. I gave Lois the GP and the GPD when she went international under circumstances. Good thing I did. So what did your pal in Washington have to say, Kent? Rajiv has escaped from federal prison. Bad news. Yeah, after Lois captured Rajiv's drug lord brother, Rajiv tried to get at her by kidnapping me. She rescued me and crushed Rajiv's voice box. Rajiv's second revenge attempt landed him in jail, courtesy of Superman. So this is a guy they've had to deal with many times before. And just to make this clear, Lois actually has taken down thugs and drug stuff on her own. Hell, the start of the wedding special had her take down a bunch of them while she was using them to get a free flight back to the U.S. Gotta say, you gotta give her bravo on that.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Superman, but he just doesn't learn. He hates Lois's guts, Sam. Look, why don't you back off? Let me handle this. You? Who do you think you are, Kent? Superman? Yeah, for all the good it's doing me, maybe I should have ditched Sam. Come alone. And he'd have followed. Nope, I have to stick with him. Keep him from getting in over his head. Heck, Kent, I wish you were Superman. Lois needs someone who's man enough to pull her out when things get hot. Lois can take care of herself, Sam. She does okay for a woman. Imagine, though, if she'd been a son. Still hasn't changed. Lois spent futile years trying to impress Sam. Now taking risks is a part of who she is. Now that is a good explanation. After being raised the way she had by her father, that's why it's been drilled into her to take all these risks, to impress him, to make him finally just let go of this. But he never did.
Okay. At least they give me a reason for it.
Well, and that's been a long establishing as post-crisis. This is just giving us a reminder of it. So again, post-crisis at least gave us the explanation. Then besides, oh, she's just in over her head, gung-ho, period, and like in her blood. No, it's because of her upbringing in a way that's believable. She'll try to escape, probably succeed. She'll be okay. Still, somehow, I have to make sure. This artifact, and then we find a bit more about whatever this artifact is. Dr. Chang, thanks for calling Star Labs in on this. We appreciate Star sharing the expertise, Dr. Thompson, especially since you also engaged in Canadian research. How did you? Internet rumors, Doctor. As you know, the implications of similar discoveries on opposite sides of the globe are staggering. Quite frankly, all of us here are a little spooked. My assistant, blah, blah, and we don't know what it is yet still. So, Lois is trying to get away. Freeze! Blast! I was flown here blindfolded. I didn't realize at first I was in an underground fortress, hewn into a cliff. Next time I'll be prepared. You won't get a second opportunity to escape, Miss Lane. I see, and you see, I read you like a book. You had modern equipment when we last met, Rajiv. Looks like your criminal empire is crumbling. Understand this, woman. I will kill you outright if you cause me further trouble. I'd rather Kent watch you die, but I don't need you alive to lure him here in either of his guises. Small plane approaching, Rajiv. Not one of ours. Bring it down. Sam, incoming at 8 o'clock. Take evasive action. That's a heat-seeking missile, Fred. We can't outrun it. Heck, we probably can't outmaneuver it. I was afraid something like this might happen. Airsick never should take stump flying without losing my lunch. Where are you going, blast again? Get your chute on and get ready to bail. For once, I'm glad Sam thinks I'm a wimp. He bought my ruse, no questions asked. Guess hiding was no less dignified than the times before my powers changed, when I duck into alleys, storerooms, anywhere to change my costume. Now my new energy powers let me... Again, little things like that are for people who are just jumping in, and I do appreciate it. It does. It comes because off a little unnatural, but not too unnatural.
Well, didn't Stan Lee always say treat every comic like it's someone's first?
Minus the word treat every comic and just simply said every comic is somebody's first. But
essentially it's that.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that. You don't need the summaries. Again, some of the dialogue's a little stilted, which again, I can see why some writers wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to get used to doing it. And if that's not your style, you're not going to do it. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable. Annoying, but understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a little hint at the red Superman.
Ah, that's cool.
But it's because he's gathering heat energy.
Okay.
Because it's a heat seeker. Got him. To have survived that explosion, Miss Lane, a person would have to be Superman. Unless the pilot was Dad's and Aussie friend Fred. Fred may have faked out the missile. He did in Korea, one of Dad's favorite stories. And if it's Fred, he'll skim on the ground now, so close to and radar won't even pick and won't even blip. But if it's Fred's flying, it means Dad with him, which means I better make my move fast. About time. Another 3 seconds, I'd have had the door off. No worries, mate. At least for now. Missile was a dud and curved away from us. Must have impacted the ground, which doesn't mean they won't try again. Get in the chute, Ken. Boop. Just keep this baby kissing the ground, Fred. Until we get free of her. Then head up for home. Old habits of command die hard, eh, Sam? Give a shout when you're done, and I'll pull you out. Just like in Korea. Don't know how to thank you, Fred. Just bring your little girl safe. A kid always was a pistol. Come on, Kent. We're going in. Maybe he's more than a bad-tempered blowhard after all. As much as Sam desperately apparently dislikes me, he risked his life to try to drag me to safety. Our chutes are caught in a terminal updraft. We're being blown towards those trees, and it'll take some fancy maneuvering to avoid them. Another job for Superman. Sam's view of my transformation should be blocked by his chute. Now I can read. So yeah, basically helps him down. Right on target, Ken. Sam Lame hasn't lost his edge. Supplies shoot and got a little hung up, but follow my lead and you'll make it just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love moments like that where Clark has to work around someone not finding out.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I have to wonder, why doesn't he just tell Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that? He's not the xenophobe.
At this point, it's like you might as well, because you're married. He's married to Lois at this point, right?
Right. He's married and everything. And again, Sam's not the xenophobe. He's a bit of a bigot, but not a xenophobe. But he's able to let his bigotry aside. He's not a bigot enough that he's mad eventually when Lucy gets pregnant with Ron Tripp's baby. He's not. He's overjoyed.
No, but my point is, it's like, I think at this point, Sam would be a little more. First off, I think Sam would be a little more safe if he knew his daughter was married to Superman.
True, but at the same time, no, I think given his attitude, his temperament, and the volatility with Lois, who knows? He could also get mad and somehow blab out and out it, given how much they have a volatile relationship.
True. But I'm saying there's a potential in there.
There is potential, but who knows what went on in the writer's room? Who knows?
Mm-hmm, true.
But yeah, there's one of the weird statues there. Again, this is the B plot stuff. But see anything? Nope. But yeah, they're climbing on their way up, and Now, no time to sit around, boy. I can see just fine. Gotcha, Sam. You okay? Wretch, my blasted knee. Can you pull me up? No problem. Except that if I can't pull this off in my human form, I'll have to reveal I'm Superman in order to save him. You're stronger than you look, Kent. Not bad. Now keep in mind, this is Clark using his natural strengths.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
That makes it clear. If he's able to lift up Sam with just his normal strengths, again, he's not that bad strengths-wise.
Well, here's the thing. They always draw Clark Jack, so I'm like, at the very least, I expect him to be able to lift a dude.
Yeah, but thanks for a wimp. It's Rajivo life. Looks like he's headed down a trapdoor. Butte's probably honeycombed with rooms. Look, I'll get at the ordnance. Create a diversion. Keep Rajiv occupied. But because of my bum knee, you'll have to be the one to get Lois out. Don't blow it, boy. I don't intend to. Good luck, son. And because he doesn't have super hearing, he didn't hear that.
Yeah, there you go.
Because remember, even now he doesn't have super hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he's Superman, no more. Once again, Superman will rescue Lois and gain Sam's admiration. Well, in comparison, Clark will look like a weakling who, get a grip, Kent. Lois's safety is more important than your image. Still, it'd be nice to find a way to make my Clark side look more effective. Oh, now he's thinking about that?
It's a little late, bro.
And Clark's here, phased into a nice dark corner. No one's seen him yet. Gotta warn him. If Superman comes to my rescue, Rajiv, you'll really be convinced Clark and Superman are one. That would amuse them both, or destroy them. Blast! Rajiv had totally discounted the idea I'm Superman. Apparently, he's reconsidered. Time for me to disappear. That's another reason. That's again a good reason he can't show himself.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Why not? I once had trouble maintaining my physical form. Why not use that to my advantage now? If I'm immaterial, Rajiv won't see me. In any case, Rajiv, what makes you think you'll survive this threat to anyone? Superman's new energy powers could easily ignite your munition store, but then Clark could blow up those. Even my father. One old man against dozens, Miss Lane, for a woman inextricably trapped. You have a very inappropriate sense of humor. 3 goons down, 2 choppers to go. Shh, trouble upstairs, Miss Lane. Whoever's responsible for this attack, husband, Superman, or father, they can watch you die. Finally, my hands are free. Rajiv's shoving me up the stairs ahead of him, setting the stage for me to pivot. Force field and judiciously applied should do the trick. On force field? Wait, what? Wait. Force field and judiciously applied. Okay. And kick. Weird. Even before I connected. Oh, wait, that's Superman singing that.
Okay.
That's Superman singing that part. Because you're like watching me to pivot and kick. Okay, so he's helping out in that way. I thought he was flying. I thought he was flying through the air. You KO'd the goon behind him too? He's out for the count. Good. Where'd you learn the transparency trick? Necessity. Listen, your dad's upstairs. Dad's here? Short of hog-tying him, I couldn't have kept him away. Meet you upstairs then. Sam's job was to create a version, not make himself a target. Grab the bullets. Electromagnetic field's getting a real workout this trip. Dad, behind you. Lois, baby. Clark freed you? Glad to see the boy could do something right. Where is he? Clark? He's still back there? Go on, girl. Down the cliff. I'll save Kent for you. You'll save Clark? And Roger's out cold. Down below, Sam. Are you? Fine, boy. Haven't had this much fun in 40 years. Dogs, you think you've defeated me? It's Roger. Looks like he woke up and he's got a torch. You're the one who will die. Kent, Blade, and the father. All of you. He dropped it into the munition shed. No! Dad's unconscious. Must have fainted. Not that I blame him. Just as well. I'd hate to be the one to tell him Superman intervened yet again. What? I'll tell you later. Right now, I have to check for survivors. Lid's blown off the butte. No one could have lived through that. I'm sure there'll be some way. So Clark and I reached the top and you know the rest. I told the boy I'd rather have Superman, but Superman, what are you doing here? I'm afraid you're too late this time, Superman. Radio's explosion blew us out under the ledge, and Clark managed to get us down. I underestimated that boy, Kent. He's stronger than he looks. Tougher, too. Just don't tell him I said so. Where is he anyway? Getting firewood, Ed. Dad, why don't you lie back and close your eyes? Just for a minute. Must be getting too dang old for this foolishness. I'm back, and Superman's gone. Too bad. I could have used a spark. What? Kent, that you? Make yourself useful, son. Get on the horn and tell Fred, and we're ready for transport. Radio's in the supply bag we stashed here somewhere. Fred says he's on his way. He'll transmit the location to the Australian officials. Not there's much of Reggio's hideout left. Once we get back to the States, life will seem downright dull, eh, Kent? Well, I've got just the thing to liven things up. We're going to go bungee jumping, son. Bungee jumping? No way. If you ended up being splattered all over the canyon floor, the next time I needed help, I'd have to depend on Superman. And between the three of us, not even Superman could have pulled off a cooler rescue. So as they're looking over, over it all and that statue, and they're finding technology in the rock. It's like DNA strands also built into it. So something weird is going on with it. But yeah, so it doesn't have to do with this. Is something called the Dragon Tooth. But how was that issue?
I liked it. It's pretty cool, pretty action-packed. Again, I really like the creative use of Superman's powers, like the foreshadowing of Superman red when he's absorbing all the heat.
Yep. Although him going red is for a different reason.
Yeah, I know, but it's really cool. The coloring on this is really good.
Funny enough, it was the colorist that would eventually be the one who suggested Superman red and blue. Hurry along, Clark. We don't want to be late. You must be joking, Lois. I can't possibly wear this. I mean, if he ever finds out about this, he'll kill me. Oh, don't be silly. He can't kill you. You're Superman. Now hurry up and get dressed. We're late for the party as it is. Oh, he can kill me, all right. If anybody can, he can. And the man has absolutely no sense of humor. You'll see what he's talking about. Although I think it's kind of obvious. These outfits are completely irresponsible, Lois. There must have been a better option. Nuh-uh. We were off in Australia when everyone else was reserving costume, so everything else was taken. We're lucky we even got these. Stinking cell phones. Who needs them? Ah! Reporters, that's who. Hey, Mr. Ken, this is your old buddy Stan over at Star Lab. Yeah, and you always said you're looking for a tip and willing to pay, right? Well, something going on down here. Something big and mysterious like. Got time for a detour, Star Labs? What do I care? It's your dime, bud. The story's that urgent? Could be, Lois. Star has a penchant for getting into the middle of things, and if all stands right, this is no exception. Clark Kent and Lois Lane to see Dr. Faulkner. I don't see your name on the appointment list. Probably because I canceled all my appointments, and you don't look like a trick-or-treaters. Okay, so we didn't expect you to be here. Word has it you're working on something of major importance. Sorry, but for once I have no comment. I usually play ball with you, but not tonight. Oh, but no comment. You as intrigued as I am. By the way, Dr. Faulkner is the woman who can transform into Ravage.
Who's Ravage again?
Kind of like this big green mohawk haired woman. Kind of like their She-Hulk almost.
Have I seen her before in this?
Probably not. By this point, she's rarely appeared. She might have made some appearances here and there. Did you ever read the issues when Majestic showed up in Superman?
He's the one that's basically Wildstorm Superman, from Wildstorm, right?
Yeah.
I read the Grant Morrison run.
No. I'm talking about this was like when he actually visited Metropolis.
No, I did not.
Okay, just again, she doesn't appear that much often, but she's always been a regular scientist and everything.
Okay.
But you might have seen her because she was in the first couple of issues. She was in during Burns' run.
Okay, I think so.
Hold on. Not Ravager, Ravage.
Yeah. For some reason, Google thinks we're talking about Ravager.
Faulkner. That should do it. This woman.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember that.
Yep. Wait, is that? That's Gary Frank. Because that's when.
Oh, it's Rampage. It's not Ravage.
A Rampage. Why do you say Ravage?
I have no idea.
Hey, close enough. Hey, Ravage, Rampage, not that far off.
It works.
But yeah, though. But like I said, that's Dr. Faulkner. But I don't know if she's going to transform here, though. Why don't you go get dressed in your Halloween costume? He'll be mad at me as it is. If I let his costume get spotted on Star's cameras, I'll never hear the end of it. No, this is a job for Superman. The longest Halloween. This is before Long Halloween, by the way.
Wow, I never noticed that.
And Norm Brayfogle, the late great Norm Brayfogle, drew this. And who is he best known for drawing?
Superman?
Batman.
Okay, I remember. Okay.
First up, the computer core. So go down there trying to tap into it, and wow, no wonder Kitty is so worried. So that's it, the so-called Dragon Tooth, a petrified rock formation hundreds of years old, but potentially far, far more than that. Numerous ancient texts mention a dragon tooth as a harbinger of an even greater event. So as if to underscore that, this rock has its own unique molecular pattern, resembling DNA, as though it's alive. The rock is right here, Dr. Swanson. Time to leave. All right. It's the dragon tooth, Lois. They found it. You mean that actually exists? It's not just a legend? So apparently the dragon tooth is an actual legend. Interesting. Okay. Clark, there aren't actual dragons roaming the earth, were there? There have been numerous species and creatures on Earth that were never documented, Lois. Frankly, I'm not sure what the tooth is. If I had my vision powers, I could examine it myself. Tell me about it in the cab. Right now, we have to get to the party. Good. I'm starved. I'm hitting the food as soon as we get there. Better watch what you eat. When I saw you without your shirt on, looked like you gained a few pounds. But then something goes on with the dragon tooth. Wait, did Clark do anything about it? No, he didn't. But yeah, But look at all these dress ups and everything. Thanks for coming, Mayor Berkowitz. Your presence here is crucial to the success of the Halloween charity ball. And it's a risk for me to be here, Mr. Oh, that's Lex and the King, of course.
You know what's also hilarious? This is the one place where Scorn fits in.
It is. Hey, you're really liking Scorn, aren't you?
I kind of like him. He's kind of cool.
I wish they would bring him back. Again, I hope Williamson could bring him back. If he could bring Lena back, why doesn't he bring Scorn back? Scorn, because he just disappears. Now, granted, the rest of his candor gets taken out or just sent away to a pocket dimension, but I'd love for Scorn to come back.
You can still bring him back. I just want Todd to make an action figure of him.
Exactly. But yeah, it's a risk for me to be here, Mr. Luthor, if you don't mind my saying. So you've become something of a political pariah in this town. Ellis, or should I say Maid Marian, you've never looked better. Why, thank you, Robin Hood. Wait, so Lex is the king, and Berkowitz is Nero, or no, Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
And Perry and his wife are Robin Hood and Maid Marian.
That works.
Mm-hmm. I have, Mr. Mayor, I have funded all of your campaigns since you first ran for dog catcher. Surely you accept the notion of my innocence. Well, yes, but you realize my promise to donate $50,000 for every person who attends to a new children's hospital should ask you as your concern. Of course. Now, if you'll excuse me. Now, remember, Berkowitz is still the guy who sanctioned Superman to arrest Lex way back in Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's been mayor ever since Man of Steel.
Wow.
I guess mayors in Metropolis can be reelected indefinitely, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if I'm right, not all cities require mayors to have a term limit.
Mm-hmm.
Payer, look out for a cowardly mayor run from Luthor. I don't like being here any more than him. But if this is new, and if my president here helps buy a children's hospital, then what's Grant looking at? Well, who let you two out of Gotham City? Ha!
Oh! Well, that's embarrassing for Superman.
Why do you keep saying that? He'll kill me?
Yeah, but the other thing, the image of Batman, I know it's not actually Batman Robin. That image of Robin kissing Batman would have Frederick Wortham rolling in his grave.
And look at the lenses for the eyes.
Yeah, I love that.
That makes sense for a costume to do that, since you never see Batman's eyes post-crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And because I like that detail. It's like, yeah, you don't make them actually look like the white irises, because what costume store would do that?
Exactly.
And I look at how it's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The belt's too big, the symbol's too small. but Robin looks perfect.
Mm-hmm.
See, Clark, everyone loves these costumes. I still can't believe I'm doing this. I bet Batman will never get married. You kids have positively outdone yourself. You parked the Batmobile yourselves, or did the valet do it? Clark, is that you? It's so hard to tell with that mask on. It's him, all right. Lois wouldn't treat anyone else that way. Congratulations, Contessa. I didn't know you were expecting. Thank you for coming, Mr. Kent. Good reminder. Superman saw her pregnant, but not Clark.
Okay.
You're radiating radiating tension, Clark. Relax. Bad enough I'm courting death by wearing this costume. I feel like a stooge of Luthor's by being here. At least I can keep an eye on him.
Courting death by wearing the costume. That's good. I love that.
I know. Can't wait to read your column tomorrow, Batman. Looks like your recovery's going well, Perry. You're even gaining your weight back. I'm not the only one, but Mayor, your new gun control program is outrageous. Only law-abiding citizens will give up their guns while the criminals will always be armed. So that thing has been, that's let's be honest, that is a fact, has always been pointed out even well back in the 90s.
Yeah, that's always been part of the anti-gun control argument.
But it's true, though. Let's be honest. There's a lot of truth to it.
There is a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, Dirk Armstrong, despite your column's popularity, your opinion means nothing to me. That a fact? You've sat in the mayor's chair for too long watching while this city slides. Starting tomorrow, I'm dedicating my column every single day to your defeat in the polls. I won't stop till it's done. You're not serious. Ironically, he's dressed as Lincoln.
Yeah.
I mean every word of it, Berkowitz. Metropolis used to be a decent place to live. People felt safe here, but lately things have been going haywire. Even Superman can't stay on top of it. What? Who's that? Superman. Somebody call Superman. He'll deal with it. Superman, call the whole JLA. Only one do I seek. Where is he? So it was because of Superman's energy. A being unlike you, not human, a being of energy. An energy that keyed my release. Let my staff reveal his location. He disguised his true nature. For the sake of my brothers, let my miraculous staff guide me to him. Wine, as you wish, sir. Not the glass. Not the glass. But what a great costume. You look just like that Scorn creature. Since cats are known to be curious, I'm sure you won't mind when I pull off your mask to see who. Rrr! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. That is. Oh, Daddy, how could you rip at the Mayor Berkowitz like that? You know his daughter Susie is my best friend. Ashbury, I can't stand this. You never listen to me. I'm out of here for good. Honey, you have to realize, leave her be. That's enough. I suggest you mind your manners. And her, ouch. You okay? My knuckle. I think I broke my knuckles. Councilman Sackett, you may represent our smallest district, but I'll never forget that you went after that monster on my behalf. Glad to be of service, Mr. Armstrong. Wish I could have got out here earlier to help out as well. You do. And who do you think you are? The real Batman? We would have made quite a team, wouldn't you say, Kent? Thanks for getting me out of there, Saratek. Still, you shouldn't have pushed Daddy. You must learn to control your temper. There you are, huh? I was at the party. Looks like you two want to take it on the run. You want to fight? Who is it, Saratek? That voice sounds familiar, but it's kind of muffled. It's Jimmy in a mask. Looks like you're going to. Wait, so you dressed like a Dr. Doom or Lord Havoc, XP?
Yeah, kinda.
Do we see him anywhere in here? There he is.
Yeah, that is very Dr. Doom.
But it's clearly Lord Havoc.
Yeah.
This was before the redesign around Countdown. Obviously. But yeah, he picks him up because he needs help for something. What's that light in the sky? Probably a bird. Stupid birds don't light up. Superman lights up. Maybe it's him. I don't think so. You are whom I think. Uh-oh. They grab like, Lex, this is not my doing, my wife. I have no reason to abduct a third-rate journalist. Perhaps the creature really does believe him to be the Batman. And holy alien abduction! Of course, they had Lois dressed as Robin, say
Yeah,
a holy
there you go.
something.
But you give us the Adam West version of the characters,
Which is
clearly
loosely, it's loosely at least.
loosely
but yeah.
that.
Yep. And changes him. Like, I need to finish the job. Just like I'll finish this tractor beam of yours. I don't think anyone saw the change, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, damn, you are indeed powerful energy creature, but not powerful enough. It was your unique energy which keyed my emergence from the tooth. Know that it is not the only tooth in existence. I must take more of your energy to finish the job. Enough. They are here. Join me, my brothers. Brothers, trouble. Big trouble. Oh boy, so I wonder what these are. Thank you for heeding my signal, brothers. But it appears the Millennium Guards and was not needed for this time. So these are the Millennium Guards that prevent the Millennium Giants from coming out.
Mm-hmm.
He's right. Life drained, and life force being drained. And if I don't get away now, may never. Damn! Impressive. I had not expected the anomaly to have a living form, brother Amu, or such a strong force of will. Wills can be broken, brother and Hunab. All who live and can also die. Bolted inland as far as I could. Hope it was far enough. Pretty weak. Don't know what those three want with me, except it's clear it's not good. They don't seem to know who Superman is, and it's not just the new costume. I'm just some sort of distinctive power source to them. I didn't know a lot about my new power, so did you think you could escape the Millennium Guard, our little man? No one escapes the grip of Daga and Dagda. Don't bet on it. Mind telling you what this is all about? Duty, loyalty, the balance of power. This is impossible. I was phasing. I wasn't solid. He can't. Stop squirming. I'll make this quick. Dagda. Yes, he escaped, Aman. Our target is more resourceful than I thought. But the giant, be calm, my brother. There's still some time. We will not fail. We dare not fail. Close one. I'm sure that club would have hit me as soundly as Dagda did. Good thing the mountain was another story. I'm phasing back into it at the last minute, saved my life. Wish I still had super hearing so I knew what they were saying, but at least I can keep an eye on them. Now, where's that third guard? You are a valiant warrior, mortal, but you are also a necessary sacrifice. Yeah! Arms numb, useless, takes everything. So he's already weak as it is doing this. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Really pushing him to its limits here.
Mm-hmm.
I admire the life form's determination, but there's too much at stake to let it survive. Storm coming. Nice try, Scored, but it's not thunder. Trust me, almost sounds like Superman. Could be anything, Ashbury. Never can tell what you'll run into in the wild area. And say big time reporter Jimmy Olsen, for instance, or say that. Don't get me wrong, you're my favorite. I mean, most of Metropolis actually believed you were going to reveal Superman's secret identity. Like he even has one. Tell Intergang that. Now what? Phone? I know that. Just like I know that this has got to be your father calling, young lady. Get back in this instant. You can't run off from the costume party in a snit, especially with that monster and Scorn. You're blind and underage. And if you think, sorry, Daddy, dearest, looks like we were cut off and beep, a long time ago. Yeah, this was a long time build-up, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please. This is getting old real fast. Scored fix. He ate it! Oh, come on. That thing still can't be working. It's in a million pieces. That wouldn't stop my father. Your father doesn't laugh like a girl, does he? Oh, it's Misa.
Okay.
Although apparently, according to Ashbury, she has a voice like Minnie Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And very funny, Red, but no, nowhere near as funny as my ventriloquist Box, who, well, from the voice, I'd say Minnie Mouse. The name's Misa. You remember her, right? Mm-hmm. Way back at the start?
I think so, yeah.
Hologram girl.
Okay.
Take care, not every piece of tech in my bag of tricks is as harmless as that last trinket was. Wait a minute. You're a Harry, right? All the Harrys are gizmo gurus. In fact, You look a lot like their leader, Judd. Hey, man, don't get me down. I don't want anything to do with my old man or any of those establishment types like Guardian or Superman. Superman, you okay? What happened? Jimmy, leave me. Can't change to energy. Containment suit. They don't, and they did something. Be here any second. Who? The Millennium Guard, mortal preservers of the order, heralds of a new age. We wish you no harm. Give us the Azure one for your own good. Is it just me, or is that kind of a mixed message? Everyone out to the cycle. We're out of here. This sounds like trouble, Austin. Hope you got a plan. Yeah, the plan is I hope we can lose these bruisers on the Zoom way. Like, well, Schwarzenegger and Thurman have definitely done better, but Clooney kind of reminded me of you, Ron. Next time I pick the movie, okay? Wait a minute. Schwarzenegger and Thurman could have done better, but Clooney,
oh no.
Batman and Robin.
Oh no, that movie exists. I would love if they like retcon it where those movies are produced by Lex Luthor to make people not like superheroes.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. Let's just say if Titanic was out, we would have seen that. Oh yeah, this is when Lucy and Ron were dating.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cute. Ron's worried about me meeting his sister, but I know what he means. No matter how long you've been on your own, when it comes to family, you're a kid again, seeking approval, scared of the dark. There's nothing to be scared of. Not really, except and didn't Lois say something about a superpowered serial killer? Oh! Ha 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 ha! You know, Misa, I'm glad you're having a good time, considering the Zoom waste filled with death traps and the Millennium Guards closing in on us. But what really bring a smile to my face if you could fix Superman's containment suit? See, something told me we could really use his help right now. But then we'd miss all the fun out of the fun. I'm sure these groovy guards would much rather play catch. And by the giants, Hunup is encased in solidified energy, harder than diamond. Fear not, brother. And Dagda will leave us alone. Dagda gone on. We'll be gone if I don't time this just right. Hold on, everyone. We're about to hit the flame geyser. Not even the Harry's right solos through here. One wrong step and we're toast. You're crazy, man. I think I love you. Just doing what any red-blooded American boy chased by Mr. Death would do. Besides, like a good friend of mine says, no, it's all in the reflexes. Well done, Red. In more ways than one, we beat the Millennium Guard. Scored that surprise. Speak for yourself, big guy. Hey, that'll teach them to make war, not love. Hey, hate to say it, gang, but I think I hear something. Well, in case, got a bobby pin on you? Insolent mortals! There is no time for these gays. You leave us no choice. And you stand with the anomaly, die with us, and leave them out of this. Superman, Misa, did you? Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised what we Harrys can do with a bobby pin. Man, not that I'm New Blue's biggest fan, but I was going and having too good of a time to let it end so soon. Thank you, everyone. Now I'll finish this. Wait a minute. Millennium Guard, you've got to let my friends go. We accept your offer. Well, I don't. Scorn, he's weaker than he's letting on. Grab him. Jimmy, no. Oh, no need to thank me, pal. You bought us an opening. I'm taking it. This is suicidal, Jimmy. Looks like even the tunnel's a dead end. Not if you can blast this door and this dead end's full power. Not if you're where I think we are, Superman. Question is, can you plow through? And yep, they're at Cadmus. I'm certain my daughter's in danger. Something's happened to her cell phone. Can't you do anything? We'll look into it, Mr. Armstrong. So yeah, they're all just giving news and everything. And wait, that's the councilman we saw earlier? He looks a lot older here.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. But this sort of thing happens to journalists all the time. At least to Clark and me it does. I have to believe he'll make it through this, and that he won't give up. After all, he has so much energy. So yeah, clear the way, mortal, and all's ours is a mission of life and death. Hold them at bay a thrice more, brothers. Our target is close enough. Even in this man-made labyrinth, he shall not invade my scepter scan for much longer. Maybe I don't want to, Amon. Now that the feeling's coming back to my arm, you boys interested in a fair fight? Your courage is admirable, Mordo. For the sake of all you value, accept your fate with equal courage. Maybe it's just me, but I value my life pretty highly. Of course, if you do really want to kill me, you'll have to do better than you have been. Come and get me. Just to make things interesting, I won't move for 5 seconds. Jam! Seal the chamber now! So they've been sealed away. Superman's still in there, isn't he? Those goons and hurt him. There's no telling what the Millennium Guard will do now, Jimmy. We'll just have to wait and see. And not me. That's my pal in there. Scorn, rip that door down. Don't even try, friend. All you have to do, and all you will have is some painfully dislocated bones to show for the effort. Guaranteed. So, yeah. They think they killed him. Our job is done. Rest, my brothers, until we are needed again. So they reform back into the Dragon Teeth. Like, I heard of these mysterious artifacts through our government contacts. No one knows the origin or purpose, or even why they were after you. I'm as much in the dark as anyone, Guardian, and I'm afraid it'll have to stay that way. If the Millennium Guard detect me, they'll come out of hibernation again, and I might not be able to fool them this way a second time. Not a problem. As I told you earlier, this is our most advanced isolation chamber. As long as it remains sealed, no known form of energy can penetrate it. Yeah, well, I almost screwed that up, huh? Just like I screw up everything. Not your fault, Jimmy. Things were happening so fast. There was no way to tell you our plan. I wasn't even sure I could zap out of the isolation chamber without the guards noticing. But there's nothing I'd like better than to ride back to Metropolis with the man who saved my life. Can't do that, Superman. There's things I gotta do on my own, you know. We're all gonna hit the road, sort things out. Well, I've got no right to stop you, Jimmy, or Scorn for that matter, and you, Jimmy, or Scorn for that matter. But Ashbury's a minor. I can't just let her go with you. And I'd like to talk with Misa about some of the pranks she's pulled around Cadmus. Wait, what, man? Yeah, you mean like this? Groovy! Gone! But I'm sure Jimmy will keep them from getting into too much trouble. I'm not worried about them. It's what they might run into, like the Millennium Guards coming after me. No warning, no reason. One wrong step, and you could be dead. Uh-oh, more tips for the Ripper, and they've got Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
What you know that means they're going to deal with him finally.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way they'd kill off Lucy. No way. Yeah, like, if that ain't the stupid, holy, lost the wheel. It seems all like, I can't hold on. A rag of bone and a hank of hair. I guess that's what they say about the early bird. That is true, but this is the biggest worm I've ever seen. Excuse me, what have you got in the tanks? Kerosene. Perfect. Pull up under the overpass and follow my instructions. Sure, bud. What are you, a cop or something? Guess he's from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of months ago, I could have flown this 18-wheeler with safety or used and with a touch of super strength. These days, I'm forced to be a little more creative. Kerosene and oxygen compressed in a solid energy sphere will ionize with a white-hot blast of lightning vision. Create a powerful magnetic field, which I can manipulate to suit my purposes. And before 9 o'clock, if I may say, I feel pretty good. So he's find a way to find a balance. So Mayor Berkowitz has had this to say this morning's impromptu press conference. No citizen of Metropolis is more concerned than I am over this rash of abductions that has plagued this city recently. I give you my personal assurance as an elected official and as a concerned parent that the Ripper will be apprehended soon. There's evidence as of early this morning that I am sure will lead to an arrest within days. Mr. Mayor, how is it that the police have come up with this name? At the latest crime scene, the name was found scrawled into the face of a brick wall. What about the rumors that the Ripper isn't even human? There's some kind of monster. Those are just rumors, and as of yet, unfounded. No more questions, please. Perry, these abductions were my story. Why wasn't I told about this press conference? Well, Kent, not 24 hours ago, you were abducted yourself. If aliens hadn't scooped you up in front of my own eyes, well, let's just say I figured you needed some time to recover. I gave the assignment to Wet. It was pretty strange, but they just left me in the field not far from the Luthor estate. I'm fine. Well, Wit lined up some interviews at the 16th Precinct down in Little Tokyo. That's where the Ripper struck last while we were at the Luthor's party. I'll call Wit and take the interviews. Better review those files then and get all those details in the case. And leave your Batman costume at home. You're not out there to be a superhero. All these victims have been children who have disappeared. Oh. Now, this is interesting. This police report, Burton Hunter Thompson apparently forced his way out onto the crime scene last night. Blast and sing and get in here. You bellowed, Mr. Thompson. I asked for schematics for electronics, water, and sewage for the whole new Troy. Are you trying to sabotage me? I do my best, Doctor. I expect the authorities to stand in the way of progress, but not my assistant. I'm as keen as you to recover. However, no one wants this matter resolved more than me. Do you know what those media idiots have named it now? The Ripper. I correlated wild creatures long before I came to Star Lab. If there's one loose in the city, I'm the one person qualified to deal with them. If necessary, with lethal force. The Ripper is still an unknown quantity, and I will ensure it stays that way. So it is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Look all you want, Ron Choop. Your girlfriend is not going to show. Lucy said she'd be here, and she will, Linda. I don't get it. She's usually so reliable. Maybe it's the company on this occasion. What do you mean? I mean, maybe Miss Lane doesn't want to meet your sister, the sister. Come on, she's coming, okay? If Lucy had a race problem, and would she be dating me? All I'm saying is it's different to be in the minority. One-on-one is different than being with the family. Well, how about meeting her halfway? Why didn't we have lunch in her neighborhood? Why would she show up then? Forget about her, Ron. I know lots of girls that would be good for her. I don't need any. Hey, is this a private argument or can I join? Keisha, girl, this is my brother, Ron. He may look like a head case, but he's sweet. Hey, sweet brother. Like, we were just kind of talking about you, Ron. You mind if Keisha sits here? Not at all. I was just going to go make a phone call. Think I'm old enough to make my own decisions on dating partners. Like I say, this wasn't bad writing for the time.
No.
I mean, a little on the nose, but not bad. Hey, could someone get that? Your phone, Lois. Lois Lane. Ron, I just got in. How are you? Oh, no, I haven't seen Lucy. Why? You called her place? Sure, no, that doesn't sound like her. Uh-huh, I will. Say, didn't you just see her last night? Yeah, that's why it's so strange. She was going to come over to meet my sister over lunch. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, and I'll give you a buzz if I hear anything, okay? Hold on, I got another call. Well, I know this, Mr. Kent. Whatever did this was not human. So yeah, we're finding out all this information. It's not human and all that. Off the record, Kent, Berkowitz wants answers yesterday. When the mayor busts your hum, there must be an election brewing. Inspector Sawyer has informed the SCU that the Ripper case is to be kept confidential, especially since Dr. Thompson has been such an irritant. But I'm uploading some fascinating spectrographic studies of last night's crime scene. Say, Bedler, who's that? Last night's victim named Yatsuya. Here, just look at this nitro cellulosic sand. Excuse me, folks. My name's Clark Kent. I'm a reporter. Reporter, no question. You go away. My daughter will lose one baby. You want to put her other baby in paper so she gets taken too? Please, mister, just leave us alone. I don't want to exploit your situation. But in my line of work, I see a lot of tragedy. I've watched friends die. I've had to do my job in manner of inhumanity. But I do it because I believe I can help. Because I believe that the press serves the public. You could help prevent another child from being taken if you want to talk. I'll be around the station. Meep, meep. Excuse me. Yes, it's Lois. I'm coming down. I just talked to an officer. There was a campus of that neighbor and her last night. Looking for witnesses? Yes, my sister Lucy lives in one of the buildings there. Lois, what is it? Taxi! Lucy wasn't at her apartment, and now they found some of her things in the sewer. Oh, dear. Maggie, I've got space capabilities that the SCU doesn't. Show me. Are you ready to let me go now? Okay. That is good with the artwork.
Yeah, that's dope. I like the transparentness of Superman. That is really cool.
Yeah. Look, Doctor, it's the Superman you have taught me so much about. Do you think he knows? Should we intervene? Not yet. Observe and learn. Learn yet more. So it makes its way down. All this science talk as he's looking around, and then it's big. I'll stay in stealth mode, but I'd better phase in. anticipating its next move. It's the hard part. And ugh, I like this.
I like it. Yeah, the coloring looks really dope.
And it's a good way of keeping it still in the dark, but without doing the whole just nothing but black panels.
Yeah, exactly.
And it didn't have been really hard to do with the old costume.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Because there'd be too many colors.
Plus, it makes sense that like maybe he's glowing like that.
Very lightly. Hello? Is anyone there? Hold on, Lucy. I'm coming. Superman, thank goodness you found my trail. Get me out of here. I'm afraid to move any of this stuff without it collapsing. You're bruised. Are you hurt? I fell trying to get away, but it didn't hurt me. It just kept making these drawings to show me. Think maybe it turned to kidnapping after its art funding was cut. Lucy, that's not drawing. That's writing. The police started with English, but there are other symbols too. The Ripper is trying to tell you something. But what? Ripper, maybe you can bring me up to speed on my way out. Of course, Lucy. But there's more to this creature than anyone thought. It could have killed us both, but it obviously wanted something else. Yeah, like to make me the bride of Frankenstein. Sometimes I think every monster in Metropolis has the hots for me. Ha! You know what that's referencing, right? Bizarro.
Ah, okay, I remember.
Way back in the Man of Steel.
Yeah, I remember that.
Could be a humanoid mutation or even an alien, but it's highly intelligent. Most serial killers are. I doubt it's pathological. The word Ripper was a message that can't be taken at face value. I'm sure Bedler could decrypt it if he had the alphabet, the whole alphabet. But the bottom line is, it got away, right? It got away, right? Turpin, I didn't say the case was closed by any means. Now that Lucy's out of danger and the Ripper's central location has been established, I'll do everything I can to help. That ain't it. I respect you, Soups, and I want you to get a rep. Word gets around on the street, and the public's fickle. You know. I know you done your job tonight, but you got to convince them you're still the same hero you used to be. Yeah, I got to realize him having a limited power set makes his original power set more special on how much he could actually do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you think about it, he's always floundering with these new powers. Is that, given everything we're going over, would you agree with that? Impressive as they are, he's still struggling to figure them out, and they're not as effective. I think that makes it even more obvious this wasn't going to last. There's that one guy is known as he's having he cannot feel the bite of Christian's sword. Wait, a white guy dressed as a samurai. Oh, this is one I've been wanting to go over for a while. Man of Steel, number 75. The deaths of Mixy. Ah, you know, that guy.
Yeah, it's the joke on no one can pronounce his name.
Mixias Pitalik.
However, yeah, exactly.
I've been wanting to get to this issue the whole time we were covering this, because this is one of the funniest issues. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. This funeral has attracted an enormous crowd. Who could it be for, Lois? It must be some dignitary. But if we hadn't driven by, we never have discovered it. It's our job to report, Clark, but I can't help feeling a little ghoulish. Like somehow we're exploring their grief. Poor McGurk, alas, he cashed in his chips. Excuse me, pardon us, please. Got down in his prime. Right before I plucked at the very flower of you. Yep. Mixy is pitted like only you could be so crude. Hey, well, hello to you too. I don't know what you're doing here, mister, but there are people, and these people grief is not a subject of one of your pranks. Death for us is a serious matter. So, I'm serious. It's a funeral. I'm supposed to express my grief. Hey, express grief in a different way. Giving is a way different from giving grief, Mixy. Okay. Don't get your tights in a bunch, Clarky. I'll just watch. And no more of your incredibly bad taste humor at the people's expense. Bad taste. That's like a capital crime in the 90s, isn't it? He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
This is great. And the tearful eulogies, the stringing testimonies. I hope poor McKirk doesn't let it go to his head. He's a being of infinite power. I guess it figures he'd have no concept of immortality. That's why his sudden fascination with death worries me. What if he decides to experiment on innocent bystanders? That is one thing I always loved about post-crisis Mixy. Each time we see him, he's learning something different. Like way back during Exile, Lex taught him how to lie, and then Superman, and then Mixy decided to take a crack at lying. So him now being fascinated by death, interesting. This is getting slow. When does McCurk get up again? I'm on my third tub of popcorn. Mixy is pitiless. Let me try to explain this to you. He's dead! When mortal beings die, they're gone! That's why those people are sad. They'll never see him again. I think he's milking for attention. Hello, dead person! Time to get up! Family's all gone! Home and the neighbors are bringing them covered dish casseroles! You're gonna miss all the macaroni and mayonnaise! Hey! Nice of your eulogizers, not to mention your personal odor problem. This is John Bogdanov at his best, wouldn't you say? This cartoonish artwork.
Yeah.
I get it. He's waiting for the moon to rise so he can claw his way out to the surface and snack on the brains of the enemies. It doesn't work that way, Mrs. Pitalik. Look, no one knows for sure what happens when we die. Many people believe we have an eternal soul which leaves the body at death. So a dead body is just an empty shell which decomposes before rising to stalk a band of witless teenagers who always get separated in the dark and never hear the scary music. Teen Timmy, Timmy went to check on all those strange noises in the cellar and he never and came back. I better go down there too. Perhaps the souls go to heaven or as reincarnated or become a ghost. Lois, don't encourage him, please. Don't encourage him, please. Maybe we just wink out of existence. The point is, no one has been able to prove da 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 and darn this out flashlight dun 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 dun. And Timmy, is that you? This is not a funny subject. People do not come back from the dead. You did. That was different. Superman's Kryptonian physiology, plus a unique combination of unlikely circumstances, made it possible for him to die in return. But that kind of thing happens only once in every couple thousand years, and it must never happen to Superman again. Got it? Oh, it was so cool. I got 6 platinum copies I've never even opened. They're mint. Huh? And all right, that's it. I can only guess what you're planning, Mixy Pitalik, but but if you think I'm just going to what? What is it? Oh, nothing. No, really. That's great. That suit doesn't happen to come in red too, does it? Foreshadowing. I hope your certain death fixation doesn't mean you're considering repeating the whole Death of Superman thing. Oh, please. I just created that whole funeral back there just to get some attention. Gotta admit, worked for you. Everyone's used to take you for granted. But then you croak and bingo, the world freaks out and you're back on top. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Consider that a hint. Eureka, Chase! I got it! I shall die! Don't everyone rush to save me at once. Come on, what do you think of this so far, dude?
I love this. This is so good. This is so good. I'm agreeing with you. It looks like a Looney Tunes cartoon, but that works so well for Mixy.
It does. Yo, weren't you listening? I said I'm going to die. Lois, I've got to go. A fuel truck and jackknifed on the LAX, and some vandals are taking pot shots at it from an overpass. I'm dying now. Here I go. That may be the immediate danger, but Mixy's still the bigger threat. Don't worry, I've got a plan to keep him occupied. I know about you and your plans. Just go, mister. Dying now. Life eating. Eek, ook, erk. Going dark. Hey, don't stop on my account. Really feeling... Wow, Soups! Come on.
That is such a dick move by Superman, but it's so good.
But it's Mixy!
He knows he's faking it for attention.
Hey, don't stop on my account. Really think, babe? You'll miss me when I'm gone, you low-watt bulb! Who are you kidding, Mixy Pitalik? You can't die. You can't even understand death. The most basic, inevitable experience common to all mortal beings is beyond your capacity. Anything you 3Ders could do, I could do better. No way. You're a magic immortal being. By definition, you can't experience death unless you get rid of all of your powers. join the flesh and blood third dimension and live a normal limited lifespan with all the risks of disease, injury, and death at any time. Okay, I see what Lois is going for, but she's underestimating Mixy's resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that? Like that she's trying to psych him out.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I see that now. But let's not forget that Superman crowed. He died while saving the world from being known as Bada Bing Bada Boomsday. Mixy, no! Stop. You don't know the horror that you're creating. True, he is missing something, isn't he? Of course! His famous trademark bony protrusions. Oh, scary. More bony protrusions. More. One there, some there, one there, and there, and there. Okay, maybe not there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see it, but it's so obvious where that appeared.
Yeah.
Since I'm way more powerful than Sib, my dude-man tight guy will have to be bigger and better. I melted the guns and secured the fuel truck to the authority. Lois, just what was your plan? And don't let your hair and frizz, Sparky. This is my ticket to the glorious hereafter. Lois, sweetheart, my noble sacrifice will be your salvation. Find some cover and call Professor Hamilton. We'll need all the ideas we can get. Remember to spell my name right on the statue. Capital M, capital X, cap, roar. Okay, Spike, do your worst. Bam. I get it. This is one of your typical games where everyone gets hurt but you. You got some serious trust issues, you know that? Besides, what about Hubby Wub there? Hey, quit playing around, you big lug. Bada bing, bada boom, say it's my Bete Nore, and you've had yours. The monster seems as strong as relentless as the real Doomsday, only it's created by Mixy's fifth dimension magic, which makes it even more dangerous. Ah, shit, that's true! Mm-hmm. A magical Doomsday, Superman wouldn't stand a chance no matter what.
But wait. Is he still vulnerable to magic with his new power?
Yeah, they made it clear. But dude, to be fair, everyone's vulnerable to magic.
Oh, that's true. That's kind of funny. It's like when they say
people keep on mixing it up. People keep mixing it up. They think, oh, it means like it's almost like kryptonite to him. No. All it means is it just cuts through his defenses. He has no defensive magic any more than anyone else.
That's kind of funny. It's kind of like how like Martian Manhunter's weakness is fire, and I'm pretty sure that's everyone's weakness, bro.
But in his case, it's more so.
It's more so. I understand that, but it's really funny when they're like, well, at least it's better than like Alan Scott being weak to wood.
Although, yeah, right. New powers are old. I'm as vulnerable to magic as the next guy. No telling how my powers will interact with a being of magic in any case. Hey, what's the big idea? Brr, you're supposed to kill me. Boop. Now yank your protrusions out of this wall. Oh, he got stuck in the wall. Like, roar. That's more like it, Spike. Now take your best shot. Mess me up. Unload. Go even evil on my way, you blind. It's those bony things in front of your eyes, isn't it? I just don't get it. Of course not. You're not suicidal. You're incapable of creating something that might actually kill you. Oh, okay, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a good observation. What you say, like, yeah, he wants to create something to kill him, but deep down he knows he doesn't want to die.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know the whole power thing, like being mortal, has anything to do with death. On the other hand, I am more powerful than Bada Bing Bada Doomsday. He's probably scared of me. Yeah. All right, then. I hereby officially renounce my powers. Just remember, it was your idea. Actually, I was going to suggest you call the whole thing off. Hold this for me, would you? So that I feel like a guy I just feel like a guy who ate 6 tubs of popcorn. The trouble now is, and we have to catch them on foot. Or maybe not. No, she dropped the popcorn. That comes back. See, you don't really want to do this. Yow, that was close. It makes it all the more heroic. Now stand ye aback, fair babe. Prepare to write your greatest obituary. Pardon me, excuse me. I got in. Hello, Sparky. My turn to fight the monster, please. Jeez Louise, what's a guy got to do to get killed in this town? Hand me my popcorn with ya. I must ruminate. Sorry, Mixy. I spilled it back there. It's gone. Gone? What do you mean gone? Gone like mushed in the mud on the impact crater. Gone like lost forever? Never anymore, ever? Gone like rainforest gone? Kaput? Zip? That's all, folks? Gone? Well, there is a cinemaplex across the town. You know, I think I sense a metaphor here. So the lights and the light dawns. Gone means gone. Yeah. So what am I trying to get myself killed for? I don't want to die. Really? Then put an end to all this now. Make that monster vanish before someone really does die. I don't know if you noticed, Miss Lane, but someone told me to give up my powers. Then why don't you just go home? Usually when you disappear, this stuff does too. How do you expect me to go? Hitch a ride with Batmite? See, I have been planning to die, which would have been taken care of. Monster gone, I'd be the great dead hero, and you'd all be so sad and miss me. But you know, but who knew I wouldn't be around to enjoy it? So now, thanks to you, I'm stuck living on Earth as a 21/37-inch immortal. Professor Hamilton, I've taken some readings and made a few calculations, but they're not comforting. The monster might be stopped, but only by the instantaneous release of 100% of Superman's energy. But that would mean Superman would be gone. Oh, I just realized I got to load up because they, unfortunately, on DC Universe, they do not include one of the pages.
Really?
There's one page they do not. It's the fold-out page. They do not include the inner page.
Okay, that's cool.
So hold on, let me go to read all because otherwise it's going to be so out of disordered.
Mm-hmm.
But what? See why I would want to get to this issue.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great issue. It's just hilarious.
It's so much fun.
It just makes so much sense for them to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. So apparently Mixy created that funeral. Okay, makes sense. All right, hold on. So, okay. But yeah, Professor, there has to be another way. In creating Bada Bing Bada Boomsday, it appears that Mixy has duplicated the original Doomsday too well. Hey, Dr. Vocabulary, take a breath! Perhaps inadvertently, he has used his power to create a scenario based too closely on the original death of Superman, the parameters of which obviate any resolution other than a repeat of the original outcome. Does it bug you that your life is just one big expositional plot device? Mixy Pitlick, this is your mess. You must do something. There is.
That's true. Doomsday is a plot device.
No, but he was saying that. But he was saying that to Hamilton being, an expositional plot device.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, yo, protrusion boy over there! I brought you this way, and I can take you out. I will commence by wrestling your top knot into submission. Pay attention to me! Wait, put up pause for a second, you guys. I think I'm having a popcorn-related sensation here. Rousing and greasing, fermenting, messing, building. Curiously satisfying. Now, do you remember what was around the all that smoke that was around for the debris in the original Desert Superman?
Yeah.
It's farts here!
Oh, God.
I wonder if I could do that again. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. I just realized something. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, that's good.
Are you the supreme being? Don't say supreme.
Wait. Mike Carlin!
And he said, don't say supreme. What was going on in Image at the moment?
Supreme
Alan
power.
Moore Supreme.
Oh, okay. That's good. I love that.
Oh, I guess. I don't believe it. It can't be. Okay, let me get to the other page. All right. Mixy Pitlick is dead. The monster disappeared just after it struck Mixy Pitlick. That could only happen if Mixy Pitlick returned to his own dimension or truly died. I detect no life signs in his body. He sacrificed himself to save you, Superman. I think in his own weird way, he loved you. Mixy loved you. Could I have misjudged him after all of these years? Mixy Pitlick is alive. Don't take this the wrong way, Mixy, but why aren't you dead? Trust me, Lumpy, you don't want to know. Just hand me my pants, okay? Does anyone smell popcorn? How was that?
That was fun. I like that. That was really funny.
Now, we've got the birth of Lena Luthor, and this is another one of my favorite issues. And this is all Dan Jurgens. I mean, with Ron Friends, of course, but well, Lex Luthor. I'm surprised he'd stoop low enough to come mix with common people like you and me, Lois. No kidding. With his kind of money, with his kind of money, like to pretend the Suicide Slum and the Simon Project don't exist, Perry. For years, without dispute, it was my city, my domain, my playground. In years past, I have ignored her, let her cries for attention and care go unheard. Until now. After months of quiet manipulation and guidance, the dominoes are poised to fall exactly where I want them to. Metropolis, in all her glory, will kneel to me as never before. White, good to see you again, old friend. We've known each other a long time, but we're hardly friends, Luthor. You forget that here in the confines of the slum, when we were in grade school, that we were the best of friends. It was us against the world. So yeah, remember that post-crisis. He was never friends with Clark. He was friends with Perry growing up. Different time, different place, different personalities. Perhaps even and then your interests were righteous in nature. Mine were money, power, and control. Feisty as ever, White. I give you that. And where's your wife, the Contessa? Another marriage on the rocks already? Hardly, Mrs. Kent. Miss Lane. Of course, at present, my wife is in the midst of childbirth. Shouldn't you be with her? Eventually, yes. Her contractions are still far apart, and Mayor Berkowitz himself requested my presence to help kick off the new anti-crime campaign. If anybody would ignore his parental responsibilities, it's okay. Gotta remind you about something else they're gonna bring up. Perry's son, Jerry, was actually Lex's son from an affair Perry's wife had with him.
Okay.
And his son and Jerry died long ago. In the comics, though. I ignore his parental responsibilities. Your natural son, Jerry, was far better growing up with me. Oh, Jerome is deceased, a victim of drug-related violence. Considering the results, what can you possibly teach me about proper parenting? And had you done your job adequately, he'd still be alive. Ouch! Don't go there, Luthor. Why? I shot Miss Lane. I am here to stop violence, here to save the people of Suicide Slum, the people I grew up with. Though I'm surprised to see you here, White. I am surprised to see you here, White. You usually send your lackey Kent to cover matters such as this. One of these days, Clark would be here, but he's covering a more critical assignment. Permission to come on board, Admiral Bennington? Permission granted, Superman. Thanks for coming. Your jets were flying circles over Metropolis. According to the arrangement I worked out with the president, I knew something important was in play. Oh, that's a good idea. Arrange the president that they needed attention without causing a panic. Have the jets fly over Metropolis.
There you go. That works.
That's a good idea. We have to get your attention somehow, Superman. It's not like you're in the phone booth. How can I be of service? We have a problem with the satellite that fell out of orbit. We expected to burn up on re-entry, but it didn't. It's sitting on the bottom of the ocean with a radioactive isotope inside that could contaminate the whole area. So yeah, that's why they're heading down there for that. And there it is, surrounded by sharks. This may not be as easy as I thought. Talk to me. This is Dr. in Cordova. If you want to be here for the birth of your child, I advise you return now, Mr. Luthor, in good time. You are quite capable of handling the Contessa and my child, regardless of the malpractice suit that hang over you. Of course, always blackmailing. I realize that you are responsible for keeping my practice afloat. I'll do exactly as you've ordered. Of that, I have no doubt. Throughout my accomplished life, I have mastered the skill of manipulating events through proper timing. The fact that my child should be born today of all days is not only uniquely appropriate, but a clear omen of the success to come. So you and little Lexi were chums in school? I had no idea. Yeah, well, we all have our incidents in our past we're ashamed of. Frankly, back then, I was the only friend Luthor had. Even then, he was a genius, years ahead of everyone else in his class. So that's where he developed his God complex. Onions? I don't want onions. Even then, it was clear that he wanted to prove himself better than everyone, just as it was clear that he had a miserable home life. Once when I was there for lunch, and isn't it great, Pop? Perry noticed and second place in the spelling bee. And you're the lucky crumb who aced first, Lex. I'm thrilled. Pass the potatoes. You call this mash crash? Great day in the morning. They're lumpier than the seats of a 50-year-old bus. What's wrong with you that you can't make mashed potatoes? And you're what's wrong, you ungrateful loser. You want wrong? I'll give you wrong. So I'm a loser. I was fine till I married you. Oh, Lex, ignore it, White. Best we get it, and he gets out of his system and clears out. I'll be at the Ace of Clubs all night. What are you looking at? I hate him. I wish they'd go away. Forever. Now keep in mind what we went over beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, these are his adopted parents.
Okay.
In the time he got his wish, a year or so later, his parents died in an auto accident. Oh no, these are his actual parents.
Okay, there you go.
Life insurance, and the rest is it's financial and corporate history. He raised himself after that. Not old enough. The courts assigned him to a foster home. They were the Griggs, Casey and Elaine Griggs. Every bit as bad as his parents in a way, for they took in foster children as a way to make money. Say hello to one of those families.
Mm-hmm.
One of those foster parents who just get as many kids for the money. The Griggs were interested in Lex because they suspected he had money. He wanted nothing to do with them. He was capable of taking care of himself and had little time for anyone by that point in his life, except Lena. She was another foster child the Griggs had taken in. A real beauty, too. Lex took a shine to her from day one. No matter how distant he was from others, he was smitten as could be with her. Lex had been there a couple of months when one Saturday afternoon, he and I were at a school football team. Unfortunately, Lena was alone with the Griggs. And look what I found, a bank book. The little creep has over 30 G's stashed away. We have to get him to sign it over to us. But how? He'd do it for you, girl. You work on him. You tell him to sign the money over to us. Then it'll help to get you into college, and he'll do it. No, I can't. Did I hear you right? You said no? Oh, to me after I took trash like you into my home? I won't do it. I won't lie to Lex. We'll see about that, girl. Oh, Griggs couldn't control his temper. He didn't mean to, but he pushed Lena down the stairs and killed her. I suppose he's still in prison, and ever since, Lex Luthor was as cold could be. No wonder he became the monster he did. Except for Lena, I don't think Lex has ever loved and known love in his whole life. When she died, any chance he had of being a human being did too. In all these years, I've never heard him mention her name, as though he doesn't want to acknowledge the weakness of having cared for her. I doubt he loved a single one of his many wives. Even the Contessa, may I have your attention, please? Citizens of Metropolis, I welcome you to a place we should all be ashamed of. Suicide Slum. The complex, the Simon Project, Joe Simon, was once raised in violence, drugs, and weapons. But we're turning that around, thanks to the efforts of Mayor Frank Berkowitz, who initiated a campaign to remove guns from our streets. Those efforts have inspired me to donate $10 million to rehabilitate this neighborhood, the one I grew up in. Ladies and gentlemen, your hero and mine, Mayor Berkowitz. Thank you. Fool, I've sold guns in this slum for years to control gang activity. And you think you can take that away, that you can disrupt my agenda? I allow the gangs to exist, even intergang, because it destabilizes the city to my benefit. My empire must be preserved. For me, for my child. Guns and suicide slum must be cleared away forever. By now he should be in place. Even as my child enters the world, and the Kryptonian is off on a fool's errand, it's a LexCorp satellite!
There you go. He's distracting him.
Without me, you never would have become Mayor Berkowitz. You should never have crossed me. My new 5-part program will revitalize Metropolis and keep it from those who would prey on all of us. Damn! And with that, Mayor Berkowitz, who's been mayor since Man of Steel, the miniseries, is dead. The man who sanctioned Superman to arrest Lex Luthor. Gone. Oh my God, was that a shot? Call 911. When questioned, I will tell the authorities that my bodyguards whisked me away. It is quite unusual for me to sully my hands with tasks of this nature, but this case is special. You must be the mystery man on the phone. Well, I done like you hired me to do. I whacked the mayor. I don't know how I know how or why you busted me out of jail to do this, but you promised me 300 grand for doing the job. I want my money, mister, now. $300,000. That's all you ever cared about, Griggs. You've been all those years ago. You! Throughout my life now, none of my deeds have haunted me. This will be no different. The circle is complete. Lena is avenged. $300,000 was wired to Griggs through an inner gang account, which, remember, he's now connected to, without their knowledge. The police will believe Intergang ordered the mayor's murder. They will also believe Griggs wanted to kill me. That's why I had to be on stage in the line of fire, why I had to miss my child's birth. All is right with the world. Almost. You did as I ordered? Yes. I gave the Contessa a sedative immediately after she delivered the child. She never even got a chance to hold the infant, nor will she. Ever. The child is healthy, a perfect, healthy baby girl. Congratulations. A girl. From this moment on, you are in charge of her medical care. As for the Contessa, she will be leaving us. You served me better than most, but you will never compete for my daughter's affection. I'll not lose her as I did Jerome. You will remain forever under lock and key, sedated. Welcome to the world, my precious innocent daughter. You are Luthor, and I can already see that you deserve that name. One day, this kingdom I have worked so hard to build will be yours, Lena. One of Lex's best issues, if you ask me.
Loved it.
And this was all Jurgens. He gets at Lex. He gets Lex.
Yeah, he does.
This was a game changer. You gotta be honest. This already feels like a game changer, doesn't it?
Well, it's the first story I've heard from Jurgens where he didn't reference DOS.
But yes, he did Cyborg last time, but you like those.
I like those because I've accepted that whenever he writes Superman, he's going to do that.
Like, not always, dude. We've already been through a bunch of his issues up until this point, besides those that he's worked on, and none of them had to do with the deaths.
But the point is like, yeah, it was a fun issue. I enjoyed it.
Right. But Superman finally is finally going to deal with that creature. And one of LexCorp's metal monster it's out of control. Request SCU backup. Look coming out of the sky. It's all and over. Headquarters and headquarters. I mean all over. Cancel request for SCU. Nice job, Superman. Nothing you couldn't have done. Just thought I'd save everyone some time and trouble. And we're all glad you did, Superman. I'm only sorry that the prototype I was developing for the army went on this rampage. Sabotage, most likely. Maybe, Luthor. Or a carefully staged ruse to lure me out. My, you're certainly becoming paranoid since losing your super hearing and X-ray vision, Superman. But now that you've mentioned it, there is something I'd like to show you. Get her. As you know, Superman, I've amassed one of the... I just realized! That's how Lex was able to get things in place! Because Superman could not keep an eye on him! No, think about that, dude. No super hearing, no supervision, or X-ray vision. None of it!
Yeah.
No wonder Lex has been able to gain such headway. Because again, for a reminder, in this form, Superman, he's weaker. I see this official now. But anyway, as you've known, Superman, I've amassed one of the world's largest fortune, invented technology that will chart humanity's course for the next 1,000 years, have the ear of every major world leader. But it all pales in comparison to my latest accomplishment, my greatest accomplishment, my daughter, Lena Luthor. Well, congratulations. She's beautiful. And how's her mother, the Contessa? Oh, there were complications, I'm afraid, but she's receiving the finest medical care. Funny, seems that everyone close to you has bad luck sooner or later. Your parents, partners, ex-wives, children are precious, Luthor. For your sake, you better hope nothing like that ever happens to your daughter. No, never. I'll see Metropolis smoldering ruin before I let anyone harm Lena. I swear it. But then, that's how every father feels. Of course, you'll never know that, will you, Superman? You see, I've studied Kryptonian DNA enough that I'd wager my entire fortune is completely incompatible as human. That was the case at the time. So I have something you never will have. An heir. You are the last of your kind, Superman. A dinosaur who will one day die out. But there will always be a Luthor in Metropolis. Now it's time for my daughter's nap. You know the way out. But please, Wait until we're in the soundproof nursery. Your thunderclaps always wake Lena up. That is the coup de grace from the heading from the last issue, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
This is just brilliant. You can tell Lex does care for her, which pisses me off how the writers, right after Jurgen and the others leave, were the ones who had to be Lex gives them up her up the Brainiac.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be honest. That is like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Why little Danny Gray? What you got doing up this early and out here all alone? Daddy's got a job yesterday, Mr. Harold. I'm gonna make breakfast and have the paper waiting for him when he wakes up. Oh, and so that one councilman we saw, he's the one who got elected to replace Berkowitz.
Mm-hmm.
And oh boy, that boy got grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on winning the special election for interim mayor, councilman. Mayor Sackett. It's new to me too, Commissioner, and I'm sure I wouldn't be here without the support of Dirk Armstrong's column. Anyway, sorry about the sunrise meeting, but I have a lot of ideas to improve Metropolis, and I want to start with a complete police briefing. Not a problem, sir. Concerning Mayor Berkwood's assassination, we've uncovered a money trail leading from the trigger man Griggs to the and Goodley orphanage. Griggs dealt with the institution as a foster parent, but it's also a known intergang front. We're tightening security so a similar mob hit can't be made on you, Mr. Mayor. Don't worry about me. Cracking down on intergang is good. Keep it up. But I'm more concerned about the children disappearing off the street. I believe you're handling the Ripper case, Inspector Sawyer. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, even after a detailed interview with Lucy Lane, the only person to survive an encounter with the Ripper, we know little more than we did before the Ripper is very strong and fast. Before. The Ripper is very strong and fast, even eluding Superman at one point, and he likes children as food. We have to stop and put a stop to that, Inspector. I'll give your Special Crimes Unit every ounce of help I can. In fact, I've arranged for you to be aided by specialists. I believe you've already known Burton Hunter Thompson. So that's better than the samurai outfit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that samurai outfit felt like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sir, but the SEU is trained to handle meta menaces like the Ripper. We don't need a loose cannon like Thompson. It's rep for drawing first blood to endanger lives or save more lives than have already been lost, Inspector. You aren't dealing with some spandex supervillain. There's a creature on the loose, and that's why you'll work together. Maggie, Thompson offered his advice and expertise, and we're going to use it. Thompson, this is a police operation. Inspector Sawyer's in charge. It's called teamwork. Remember, sometimes even Superman needs the Justice League's help. Do as I say and we'll get along just fine. Strange. I was about to tell you the same thing. I'm already liking this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Speaking of Superman, I want to bring him on this case too. Really stuck the deck in our favor. So tell him how to get in touch with him. How do we get in touch with him? There is a way to get in touch with Superman when we need him, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's no super signal.
I love that. Yeah, Berkwood never did that. I like how we're finally getting a mayor who's willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Daily Planet. Clark Kent speaking. How can I? Oh, Mr. Mayor, congratulations on your. No, I'm fine, sir. Wasn't hurt that bad during the abduction thing for it. Yes, I do know him. So yeah, basically saying, believe it or not, Lois, I think I just became Mayor Sackett's liaison to Superman. Ha! Well, they'll set up a super signal or something like that soon enough, Kent. Sackett doesn't sit around. He sees things that need doing. He does them. The mayor never needed a way to get in touch with Superman before, Dirk. That was before his powers changed, Lois. Different ballgame now. Yes, sir, Mike Collin backed the right man in the week between the assassination and the special election. Of course, try telling that to my daughter that. Ashbury thinks I'm some kind of monster. Haven't heard from her in over a week. For all you know, she's dead. Killed by that Ripper. Easy, Dirk. I'm sure Ash is fine. She's with Scorn, right? Nothing's going to happen to her with him around. I know that you're going through what you're going through, but you have no idea what I'm going through, Kent. You're not a father. Excuse me. I have a column to write. Dirk, I only leave it, Clark. Dirk's been throwing himself into his work lately, trying to get his mind off Ash. He's under a lot of stress. Doesn't know what he's saying, but I know what he means. I don't even think Dirk knows what he means. Hey, looks like every news photographer in the city's here. What's the story? Sorry, I don't know your name. Carpe, and Carrie, like the Stephen King book. Simone gave all of us cameras a shout. something about how she recently learned Lex Luthor has a petite sale, a daughter whom he regards most jealously. Oh boy, so pushing him to get money to get a photograph.
Mm-hmm.
$5,000. Only biggest thing right now would be a picture of the Ripper. So they're going on in there. All the while, contestant's going to stay drugged up, obviously. If things continue now, she will remain comatose. I say again, Mr. Luthor, that a different doctor might be better treated for this sort of and be suited for this sort of treatment. I have total faith in you and Cordova. In fact, the only way I can envision you not taking care of my wife is after you're dead. Now ship her upstate and make sure she gets all the medicine she needs. I want to know that Erica is always resting peacefully. If you'll excuse me, I have to look in on my child. Uh-oh, there's the boy who's been grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, behind you. Hello, Ripper. Looks like, let's get a good look at you. That's it. Weak.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree that that's weak?
Mm-hmm. That's the reveal.
Okay, at least that's with a bright light. Down there with the details, it's fine.
A little better.
No wonder he wouldn't make sense of what you did. They aren't letters, they're pictograms. Help me understand what you're trying to do. He'll try to eat you, Superman, that's all. Good thing I had a trick up my sleeve that Sawyer didn't know about. These pulse darts. Ah, jeez, made things worse. So yeah, putting up a fight. Roar! Damn you, Thompson. It's always gotta be your way. It's the only way we could have ended it, Spectre. The Ripper is dead. Oh no, we find out it just wanted to go home.
Oh man.
He wanted to be taken back to a cage or cell, maybe a place he felt safe. Oh, that's sad. Are you saying he was little more than a lost child, reluctantly doing what he had to do to survive? We'll never know. But I think the real monsters are still out there. And I think Thompson knows who they are. I know monsters, believe me. And they come in all shapes and sizes. And with Cadmus destroyed, it was a Cadmus creature.
Sure, of course.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that sucks. Oh, we get the Legion showing up. They're still stuck in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Time for your daughter's nap, Mr. Luthor. Shall I put her down to nursery? The plate bed is fine, Miss Roche. We're going to read a little first. Yes, sir. If I may say, she's a beautiful baby. A shame her mother may never know. Best be assured that I keep a vigilant eye on the Contessa state, Miss Roche. That will be all for the day. Please draw the curtains on your way out. Yes, Mr. Luthor. A children's treasury of stories. Well, little Lena, this is a moment I've been waiting to share. I do not have many happy memories of childhood, but this volume provided me with both escape and moral lesson. My parents could not give me anything, but I have a world to bestow upon you. Here we go. Ready? A cautionary tale. With apologies to Shadow. Once upon a time, not long ago, not far away, a rooster went by the proud name of the Chanticleer. He was a glorious creature, his plumage the color of red gold. And look what he's like. Chanticleer took great pride in his work. As man and animal depended on his voice to break the dawn. In fact, he was respected by all but a blue fox who, despite his beautiful coat, was unloved and so developed a hatred of Chanticleer. You know, Lois, I never realized how informative these workout shows were. You'd think as Superman, Clark Kent would know how to be substantive and how to substantive his wrist. Have you seen my daybook, Clark? I'm supposed to meet the photographer at Mayor Sackett's inaugural press conference, and I can't remember her name. 2 more. I'm supposed to see the workout and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Special bulletin. Metropolis is under attack from a hostile military force of unknown origin. Armor takes in converge in the city's financial district. Yep, so they both go their separate ways, of course. Wow! Look at those.
Those are cool tanks.
And so of course, Superman, Roger that HQ, and left here, Maggie. They're headed for Beslow Boulevard. Okay, Dan, but I don't know what we'll do when we get there. I just hope Superman's heard about this mess. I've got one chance, and it better work. I don't want to hurt whoever's inside, so I'll aim low, phase out, and disable their electronic system. Superman, any idea what's going on? Not yet, Inspector, but you'll have someone to interrogate in one. Empty. What's going on? Maybe you can ask them. The Legion of Superheroes. Well, some of us, anyway. Gates, Triad, Pharaoh, Brainiac 5, Chauvin, and I need your help, Superman. Sparks, do you know what this is about? I'm afraid we do, and we're responsible. It's Computo!
Oh, dope.
Yeah, from the Legion, yeah. And apparently there's also connects back to the Genesis as well. We've been trying to prevent scenes like this for all along the East Coast for 118 minutes, for 1 hour, 18 minutes, 7 seconds, and we're running out of time. What do you mean? Is it the nuclear threat? No, sir. But these good people can get home if we can help them. That's right. The Legions have been become such a fixture here around here. I almost forgotten. They came from a year, 1,000 years from now. Of course, I'll help. But where do we start? I think I got your answer, Superman. Autoplan gone haywire. Then let's go. I'd like to talk to the monster that did this. Every morning before daybreak, the Blue Fox circled the barnyard, hoping to see Chanticleer fall from grace. But truer than any clockwork, the golden rooster called in the day. The fox, rather than meet his fate at the end of the farmer's pitchfork, fled the barnyard and swiftly as his legs could carry him. The ritual continued until the fox was consumed with hate for Chanticleer and devised a plan to rid the farm of the noble bird. Carrie, I almost thought you weren't coming. You're lucky the mayor's running late. Lois, right? Didn't you hear about the tank attack? I swung downtown to shoot a few rolls first. I figured Saga could probably cancel the press conference so he could get down there himself. Say, that's pretty good. Ever thought about going into journalism? Nah, too much like work. May I have your attention? My apologies for making you wait in the call, but I'm sure most of you have heard about the disaster by now. I'm sure you all understand when I tell you my presence is required and I must cancel the press conference. Though I believe it or not, there's a silver lining in today's dark cloud. Told ya. What's he talking about, Lois? You got me, Jack. Thankfully, there were no casualties in the attack, but the city has suffered an immeasurable loss of history. A loss that has sparked a wave of philanthropy from backers who are prepared to restore Metropolis to a golden age. Mr. and Mayor Sackett, who are these backers? Those who wish their deeds to inspire, not their names. I don't know if I like him, but he doesn't look back. Oh, and doesn't anyone care? I mean, the mayor, my dad was assassinated, shot dead. Why? Frank Berkowitz never hurt anyone. He was a good man. Am I the only one who knows? My friends have their own troubles, I guess. Fire at the school. Maddie's dad hotel blew up. Ashbury disappeared. My own sister didn't even show up for the funeral. Susie, hey sis, sorry I'm late. Gateway City is a long way from here. Juliana, you came. I did. Is the family sitting Shiba in the house? Yeah, I probably should even be outside. Well, you look like you need to talk. And I know somewhere we can do it. Where are we going? To the last thing Dad ever did. I want to remember his most lofty ambitions. Bow out, Misa. I'm open wide. Have we lost it, Jimmy? What's happening? Wow, dealing with monsters now. So they're having adventures there. So yeah, the Legion are going there trying to figure out about Computo. He's taking over everything, and then we see an air show. See, Susie, that's what Dad was all about. What do you mean, Jules? Some people think I left Metropolis because of that Booster Gold incident. Truth is, Dad had forgotten why he became mayor in the first place, and I hated it. He did? You were young, but he started this air show because he wanted to make the city a community everyone could share and enjoy and be involved in. But more and more, his time was eaten up by special interests and political posturing. I couldn't stand it. By coming here, I sort of feel like, and we're paying tribute to him to his finest hour. Yeah, he always loved flight. I was only 5, but I remember when Superman first came down to Dad and said, "Look up in the sky!" Oops. So yeah, dealing with all of those. Unfortunately, it's not able to. Oh, even has a little Coco monkey that Brainiac would normally have. Their signal didn't come from Computo, but from LexCorp Tower. One day, and the Blue Fox startled Chanticleer by the hen house. The rooster was about to alert the farmer when the fox said, "Dear sir, I fear we misunderstand each other. I merely wish to hear if your voice is equal to that of your father, whom I knew quite well." "His secret," said the fox, "was to close both eyes, and stretch his neck out. Pray let us hear if you sing nearly as well." So Chanticleer did, and found himself snatched by the throat and carried off to the fox's house in the wood. The farmer heard the noise and ran after, and despite his fear, Chanticleer bade the fox to turn back towards the farmer and declare his victory. The blue fox thought it was an excellent idea, but naturally, as soon as he opened his mouth, the rooster flew out and away. "Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Luthor, but Superman and some acquaintances want to see you. Oh, they say it's important." "Acquaintances? Superheroes, sir." "All right, show them in. I'm afraid we'll have to take a short break from the reading, Lena, my dear." "Don't worry, Superman's visit will be a momentary distraction." "As always." "Yes, this is a surprise. And had I known you were with these delinquents, Superman, I wouldn't have permitted you in." "This isn't a social call, Luthor. We're here about the little tank attack you orchestrated this morning. You're one of the most important men in the city, Luthor, but you always want more. And if you can't have it, you destroy it. Not this time, Luthor. This time you pay." "If you mean reparation to those adversely impacted by the attack, my foundation does that as a matter of course. If you mean to slander and bully me, you'll find I'm considerably less charitable." I grow tired of this dance, as always, Superman. You accuse me, but there's no evidence." "That would be true using what you call technology, but what I have is years ahead of that. Allow me to." "Stop, belly fool. For interfering, I would delete all of you as easily as I delete the data." "You were saying?" Of course." "Doesn't end here, Luthor." "No, it seems never ending. Really, Superman, how often must we play this charade? When will you be satisfied?" "Miss Aaron, before you and the Legion arrived here, had you ever heard of this man, his family, his legacy, his conquest?" "Never. I fail to see the point to this. I've never had any reason or need to make my presence known to this planet." "What if they're not from another planet, Superman? Luthor, thousands of years is a long time to wait. But if it means a metropolis without a Luthor, there's still some small satisfaction. Ouch!" Chanticleer lighted up atop a nearby tree. The fox implored him to return, saying it had all been in play. But the Luthor had learned better. The fox vowed to capture Chanticleer again, but the farmer drove him away, and he has not returned since. The end. Well, my dear, sometimes the fox does return, but fear not. I will protect you. Just promise me that when you grow up and marry, you won't give up the Luthor name. It is a name that should be revered for centuries. For I swear that someday all this will be yours, and everything I do for you. Again, you can tell he does love her.
Yeah, exactly. He does.
Okay, last issue.
Okay.
This is too much of a good thing. What are we going to do? Run! That big fellow, one of yours, right, my Mokari? One of yours, I say, Simeon. You were always attracted to big D's, but the eyes on the stalks, clearly one of your trademark. A collaboration, then, a mark of our best work. We are true creative geniuses, and I, for one, am glad we're safe inside. Oh! This once vacant dimension has become overcrowded with the fruits of our artistic self-expression. Hard not to notice. We've got to stop making monsters. I have stopped. Well, I've cut way back. I think we need a more workable solution to our problem. Ha! You know these are Kirby creations, right?
Okay. Yeah, I figured with the art style.
Why don't we take Ashbury and Scorn back to Metropolis before we visit Vault, Jimmy, the family vault, Jimmy? It's faster this way, Misa, and I need to hit and vault pronto. On alarms finished while I was off dimension hopping with your folks. Your dad asked me to come back and check. He asked you, but I'm here, and I could have. Yeah, right. You've always been so helpful in the past. Why should I be? Why should I be? Daddy treats me like a child. Please, you should see my dad, how he hovers. My dad does worse than hover. He's strict and square. My dad feels sorry for me because I'm blind. Well, my dad, get you hurry this up, Jimmy. Traveling by Zoom might take like forever. Ha! I love they're trying to run up which one has the worst dad.
Mm-hmm.
And they look identical, don't they?
Yeah.
This could be Luthor holding his new baby daughter, or a butcher with a pair of chops. So they're trying to get the images, but Dirk, I know you're worried, but a little rebellion is natural. Natural, Lois? Just wait till you have a child of your own. Am I wrong, or does Ashbury remind you of you back when you were a kid? Come on, Clark. We'll be late for our interview with the new mayor. Major? I guess it's normal for a parent to be over a detective, and she's blind. Any idiot who focuses on her handicap instead of the brave, tough kid she truly is blind. You really admire her. You bet. Dirk said she's blind from birth, that the doctor says it's not possible she'll ever see. But I've been thinking, there's a lot of super scientists out there, scientists out there who consider impossible a personal challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So we see them doing their thing, just arguing like, why are you fighting? We're partners. You're right. We'll compromise. Yes, you design the teeth and you design the eyes. Oh boy, and then there's Morgan Edge. We're in, Mr. Edge. We penetrated to Harry's vault. And you have the shopping list. Proceed. Once I have Harry technology and can build more weapons like this one, I'll need warriors to wield them, loyal to me. The Apocalypsean, Renegade, Simeon, and Mokari that could create them. My research suggests they're trapped in an altered dimension. A problem. Sir, Olsen just teleported into the vault with some kind of cycle. The dimension hopper. He was right, and he was riding when my men stopped him before. Perfect. Tricking Olsen into retrieving Simeon and Makari for me will be child's play. So yep, action, everything. Misa playing through some creatures. Boss said, follow orders. Gotta hurry. Freezing. Simeon Makari teleporting stuff into black and white dimension. Want to load up? Those checks. I've heard enough. I'm going to get my stuff back. Misa, wait. We can't just... I know what you're thinking. You do? Yeah. I ran away to show my dad I can make it on my own, even if I'm blind. But I don't want you to die like Scorn almost did protecting me. Yeah. So you're blind. Quit whining and put these on. I don't whine. Oh, Lord, I could see. They said I never see. Scorn, it's you. It's really you. I didn't think you'd be so beautiful. Jimmy, you must be Jimmy. Misa, sakes, oh wow, this is like so incredible. You're a genius. There's one small design flaw. Wear them for more than 15 minutes a day and they burn your brain out. So be careful. Now climb aboard, folks, because the four of us are out of here. So we see more with them just doing their own, having a little bit of a comedy routine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that one.
Yeah.
They come through there, end up grabbing them, and Misa's actually shooting, blasting and everything, joining in. And they get out of there. Now that I've changed to Superman, I can pick up the electromagnetic spectrum. I detect a massive energy disturbance. Great Scott! Clever of us to make our monster so cushy. Boop! Be careful, the monster's waking up. Ash, come on. But you can't drive Jimmy's bike, can you? Scorda's way was machinery. Oh, what does this look like?
Fantastic Four #1.
Not exactly, but close enough.
It's pretty much is that. I know what they're homaging there.
Exactly. Good Lord, Ashbury. Oh yeah, watch your back, Dad. I like these guys are so loving their creation.
Mm-hmm.
Superman stops it. Ashbury, Daddy, it's you. I'm home. Baby, what were you thinking? You could have been killed. Oh, don't yell, please. I've had the most wonderful time. And guess what? I could see. At least for a few minutes I could. Here, thanks for letting me use them. They're wonderful. Forget it. Keep them. You need them more than I do. Just remember the 15-minute warning. Thanks anyway, Misa, but I won't accept your pity. Pity for you because you're blind? No way. I was talking about your dad. He's as bad as mine. Worse. I just thought you might need them to find your way out of your out from under Papa Bear's thumb. And all the equipment that flowed through the warp, there was nothing for Harrier origin. Simeon and Mokari didn't have my dad's stuff, but someone does, and I'm gonna keep looking till I find it. What about you guys? I promised your dad I'd help out, didn't I? Besides, so I think that happened in one of the annuals.
Mm-hmm.
The five-eyed monster. Indeed. So Morgan Edgen meets up with them. And that's it.
Dope. I enjoyed that.
How would you agree those two issues, 75 and the Lex issue, were some of the best?
They were fun. I definitely enjoyed them.
Yeah, and sorry this took longer than usual, but I really wanted to read those two issues especially.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all fun stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, just overall, what did you think about this chunk?
This was fun. I like the Mixy, the death of Mixy. That one's probably my favorite because of how cartoony and zany. And now, like, Doomsday had like 80,000 spines now.
And one that Mixy had to retract.
Yeah, I know exactly. We know exactly where that spine.
I even was like, oh, she was mortified.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so next we'll be moving into Superman Red, Superman Blue, which, oh boy, is it going to get weirder from there. It's like once they reach that point, you knew they were nearing the end. You know. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that? Just the very idea, you're like, how can they, right? It's like, It's a stretch, right? Wouldn't you say? Especially that one doesn't go away until the very end. So you
how could they top that?
You have two, no, not just that, but how can they handle it? It's like you have literally two Clark Kents, two of them running around, and unfortunately they bicker too much about which one's the real one. It's going to get annoying. And to the point where Lois is going to finally had enough, and I will say I wouldn't blame her, would you? After everything we've been going through, all of this stuff, having to deal with Clark's new powers, and now having to deal with two Clarks saying, I'm the real one, I'm the real one. I think everyone, even, let's be honest, I think even Diana would get fed up with them and be like, would you two just stop it? Would you agree with that? Do you think even Diana would get fed up if you had to deal with it? It
would be hilarious if this happened when he was married to Wonder Woman. That'd be great.
If he was ever married to her.
If he was ever married to her, because I would yeah, that's a good point. She'd be like, oh, I wonder how she would react to that.
I think she would be like, would you two just stop? I think she would be just as fed up as Lois is going to get. But yeah, this went a bit longer. Sorry about that. But hey, we had fun. And next time it's going to be like I said, we're nearing the final stretch now. So we'll see you guys then. Take care.
Yeah.